right, good morning, everyone. We're gonna get started. My name is Shiloh. Thank you so much again for joining class. We'll get started on our backs. And so just find a comfortable position for you, whether that's lying flat or sometimes a pillow or bolster or cushion underneath our knees helps support us to relax in our back. Whatever feels comfortable for you to just find a resting space. We're going to start there. And then maybe closing your eyes and feeling here for any sensations, any cues that will guide your practice. So scanning from your toes all the way up to the crown of your head, trying to notice the right and left sides of your body, the differences between them, feeling what pieces can relax as you scan into them, and noticing, feeling any sensations, any cues, and how they're connected. This is from Jenny Lee. Take a deep breath and release it fully. Allow your shoulders to relax. Let tension drain from your face, your belly, and your neck. Scan the body for any other place that may be holding stress, and gratefully notice any places that feel light and free. Simply witness yourself in this moment with kindness and compassion. Now drop your awareness back a bit so the senses fade into the background and your view rests within. Imagine that you are a large container receiving love. See this container expanding more and more to take in more love. Visualize love expanding within you and around you until there are no boundaries left, just love. And noticing here how you can feel the warmth of that love filling you. Maybe you imagine your heart's light riding along your breath and filling through any layers of yourself, any spaces the light might be able to linger, to feel that healing that can take place as we're intentional, as we're present in planting seeds of peace. Yoga teaches us that we begin by letting go. And so feeling any weight you've been carrying being shed, your mat absorbing that weight like a sponge. And holding this feeling of warmth from the love that you've filled yourself with. On your next inhalation, as you breathe in through your nose, feel your rib cage fan outward like you're opening an umbrella. And then exhaling out through your nose, feel the softness, the surrender as you empty of your breath. Breathing in through your nose for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice deep breath in through your nose. And from here, when you're ready, initiating movement, maybe wiggling your fingers and your toes. And allowing your knees to draw in towards your chest. So as we come through, you're welcome to skip or modify anything you'd like to. You're welcome to go at your own pace. Let's just rock these knees in a circle in one direction and then the other. And then open your arms out to the sides, and on your inhale, let your legs hover to the right as you gaze to the left. And exhale to center. Inhale, let your legs hover left as you gaze to the right. And exhale to center. Let's place our feet down to the floor and make some cactus arms with our elbows at about 90-degree angles. Our fingers point to the wall behind us. And then think of snow angel wings that we're gonna sort of make that same shape with our arms. So as you keep approximately the same bend in your elbows, take an inhale and glide your hands towards touching above your head. And exhale, glide your arms down so your elbows move in towards your side bodies, like you're making a W shape with your arms. Inhale, gliding the arms up towards touching above your head. And exhale, gliding the arms down and into your side bodies. One more time if it feels reasonable. Inhale, gliding up. And exhale, gliding down. And then letting your arms rest at your sides. Just noticing how the shoulders and the shoulder blades are feeling, maybe the imprint that the right shoulder blade leaves on the floor compared to the left. And then let's heel toe our feet out to the width, wider than hip distance. And then just rock your legs slowly side to side. And notice if your hips and all your pieces like more little movements rocking side to side, or more end range movements where you go to your fullest expanse. Maybe you lengthen through your knees as you try to reach the knee out from the hip. And once you feel evened out in that, let's find center, knees pointing to the ceiling. And then glide your right arm along the floor and let it come up and over your head, lengthening as it rainbows over your head. And you turn your knees to the left and then find your way onto your left side body. Plant your right hand to the floor in front of your chest and prop yourself up onto your left elbow. And then from here, allowing this right arm to move all the way in a circle with your gaze following your hand if that feels reasonable. Finding length through this right arm as it circles around in one direction and then the other. And then once you're done with that, taking this right hand behind your head, take an inhale and glide this right elbow over to the left as your ribs lift high. And exhale, glide it to the right as your ribs go down towards the floor. Inhale, glide it high above your head, and exhale, move it to the right. One more time if it's reasonable. Inhale, moving it left, lifting the ribs high, feeling that stretch through the elbow. And exhale, gliding to the right, ribs go low. Finding center, lengthen the crown of the head out of the spine and reach your right arm high. And then from here, maybe your gaze follows this right hand as it moves behind you, expanding through your chest. Nice deep breath in here. And exhale, thread this right arm underneath your left armpit. Easing down at the floor, reaching these fingers as far to the left as they want to go. Inhale, reaching high and moving this arm back behind you. And exhale, gliding the arm forward and underneath you. One more time, inhale, gliding high, reaching back. Exhale, gliding forward and underneath. And then from here, allow your legs to stack on top of each other if they're not already. We're going to press into this left elbow and left outer leg as we inhale and lift our left hip if it's reasonable off the floor. So you're picking your bum up towards the ceiling a bit, and then exhale, lower down. If that felt reasonable, we might add on where we're going to inhale and lift our elbow and our knee up to the ceiling, and then exhale, lower down. And then we'll put the two pieces together if that feels reasonable. So inhale, lift your left hip off the floor and let your right elbow and right knee open towards the ceiling. Feel the expansion in your chest and your hips. And exhale, lower the hip down, close the clamshell. Inhale, lifting up, opening towards the ceiling, and exhale, close. And one more time, inhale, rise that left hip up off the floor, beautiful opening, and exhale, coming down. Placing the right hand to the floor in front of you, slide your left shoulder down to the floor. And then set the left side of your head down to the floor. From here, we're going to try to keep our right shoulder right where it is. And then inhale and lift our head off the floor so the right ear moves towards the right shoulder. And exhale, lower the head back down. And inhale, lift it up. And exhale, lower it down. And one more, inhale, right ear towards right shoulder. And exhale, lower the head to the floor. From here, move your right leg back, keeping that bend in your knees. So we've got this staggered leg position again. And then let this right arm rainbow up and over your head, lengthening as you transition onto your back, feet to the floor, knees to the ceiling. Let's have our arms out to the sides and take a nice deep breath here. When you're ready, inhale, reach your right arm to the sky, and exhale, let this right arm cross the midline of your body. Press into your right foot and drag your right arm along your left arm as far to the left as it can reach. So we're peeling the right side of our back off the floor, reaching the right fingers as far in front of us to the left as we can. And exhale, open back out to release to center. Inhale, left arm to the sky, let it cross the midline of the body. And then slowly press into that left foot, peeling the left side of the back off the floor as we glide this left arm as far to the right as we can. Noticing the shoulder blade, the left side of the back peeling away from the spine. And exhale, return to center on your back, arms open wide. One more time on each side, maybe a little bit faster this time. Inhale, right arm tall, cross it over. Press the right foot, reach the right arm away from you to the left. And exhale, opening out to your back. Inhale, left arm tall, press through the left foot. Glide this left arm along your right arm to the wall in front of you to the right. And exhale, return to center. Arms to your sides. Take a nice deep breath here to notice. And then when you're ready, again, your feet wider than hip distance apart if that feels okay. We're going to glide our left arm along the floor towards reaching above our head. tilting the knees to the right, letting this left arm rainbow over the head as we find our right side body. Plant the left hand to the floor in front of the chest and prop up onto your right elbow. From here, allowing this left arm to find a big expansive circle, gaze following the hand, lengthening as you move through in one direction, and then the other direction. And then taking this left hand behind your head, on your inhale, moving this left elbow up and over your head as your left ribs lift high, and exhale, elbow to the left as your ribs sink low. Inhale, up and over, ribs lift high. Exhale, glide the elbow along the ceiling to the left as your ribs sink down. One more time, inhale, gliding to the right, and exhale, gliding to the left. And then find a neutral spine, lengthen the crown towards the right, and reach your left arm tall. Exhale, move this arm behind you. Feel your gaze following your hand if that's reasonable. And then thread this left arm underneath your right armpit, reaching the fingers underneath you as far to the right as you can. Inhale, reaching the arm up and opening it back behind you. And exhale, gliding underneath you. One more time. Inhale, reaching high and back. And exhale, threading underneath, reaching the fingers to the right. From here, placing your left hand down in front of you, stack your legs on top of each other. And from this space, we're gonna press into the right arm and right outer leg. And inhale, lift the right hip off the floor. And exhale, lower. And then inhale, keep the hip down for a moment. Lift the left elbow and left knee towards the ceiling. And exhale, lower. Now maybe you just do those pieces if it feels more challenging to integrate them all at once. If you're joining for the full combination of those two movements, we're gonna press into the right arm and right leg. Inhale, lift the right hip. Left elbow and left knee open to the ceiling. Broaden the chest and the hips. And exhale to lower. And inhale to rise the hip up, lifting the elbow and knee to the ceiling. And exhale to lower. One more time if it's reasonable. Inhale, rising up. And exhale, lowering down. Planting your left hand to the floor, slide your right shoulder down to the floor and set the right side of your head to the floor. Now we're gonna try to keep this left shoulder right where it is. And inhale, pick the head up so your left ear moves towards your left shoulder. And exhale, release it down. Inhale, rise it up. And exhale, lower it down. And one more time, inhale, rise it up. And exhale, lower it down. Stagger your legs so the left leg is gonna travel back behind you a little bit, keeping the knees bent. Let your left arm lengthen along the floor towards the wall behind you. Let it rainbow over your head as you transition onto your back. Feet to the floor, knees to the ceiling, arms to your sides. Nice deep breath. And just check in, noticing how the shoulders and the shoulder blades feel. Checking in with all your pieces. From this space, allow your knees to come in towards your chest. And then maybe a rock and roll, massaging your spine a few times to come to seated, Or you could roll to one side and let your hands help guide you up. Now for some of us, it may be more comfortable to sit on a blanket or a pillow or something to elevate our hips so that we can stack our torso nice and tall. For others of us, maybe just sitting on the floor is reasonable and we feel like there's no bowing, there's no rounding in the back, no extra activation in our core and our hips to sit upright. So finding a cross-legged position, if that's reasonable. And then let's take our hands to heart center and namaste. And just feel as your hands gently press into each other, feel your elbows move out to the side walls as your shoulders move away from your ears and you're spreading your collarbones. So we're gently pressing the hands into each other. And now tilt your fingers back towards your chest, keeping your elbows wide. And notice how that feels. See if you can tick your fingers in any amount down towards the floor as your fingers are pointing in towards you. And now inhale, transition the fingers back up to the ceiling, towards the wall in front of you, and down towards the floor, and feel for the end range in that direction. Elbows still wide, shoulders still down away from the ears. Inhale, fingers up to the sky and back towards your chest. Find the end range of that movement. And then as you keep your fingers connected best you can, slowly peel the heel of the hand and palms away from each other, moving your hands forward. And exhale, bring your fingers back towards your chest as your hands come back together. Let's do that again. Inhale, peeling the heel of the hands and palms away from each other as you press your wrists forward a bit. And exhale, bring your fingers back towards you as your palms come together. Let's move the fingers up towards the ceiling and then towards the wall in front of you, down towards the floor. And same thing here. Inhale, peel the heels of the hands and palms away from each other. Fingers stay in contact best they can. And exhale, slowly bring them back together. Inhale, slowly peel them apart. And exhale, slowly back together. And now let's inhale and reach the arms up to the sky. Hands can separate. Reach your fingers as high as they'll go. And drop your chin down towards the notch in your throat. As you reach up through your arms, dropping your chin down, feel how much length you can get up through the fingertips. And exhale, move your elbows bending down towards the floor as you climb up through your spine and lift your chest and your gaze high. Inhale, arms go high, chin goes low. Exhale, elbows go low, W shape in the arms, heart and gaze lift high. And then let your hands rest in your lap. Nice deep breath here. Checking in, noticing how you feel. From this space, let's switch the cross in our legs. If you want to move your legs around a little bit first, feel free. And then find the opposite cross-legged position. And then when you're ready, stacking your torso nice and tall. Let's inhale and reach the right arm to the sky. Bend this right elbow. Take your hand behind your back. Take your left hand to the top of that right elbow and gently guide it back behind you. Feel your crown and your right elbow lift high. Your chest is lifting. Turn your gaze to the right. Take an inhale, lengthen, and exhale, a side bend to the left. And breathe here. Try to feel that right rib cage fanning out, like you're making space between your ribs. Inhale, come up to a straight spine. Keep your right arm where it is, and then open your left arm out to the left side wall. Spin your thumb down towards the floor and then towards the wall behind you. Bend this left elbow and swim your left hand up your back. And then even if your hands can clasp, try not to clasp them. Maybe they tap each other, or you're reaching them towards each other. And we're gonna reach our hands towards each other and elbows away from each other as we try to broaden through the chest, lift through the crown of the head, and breathe. From here, take an inhale and twist to the left, lengthening through your crown. And exhale, return to center. Once more, inhale, twist to the left. And exhale, return to center. Slowly release your arms down to your lap. And maybe some shoulder rolls to release that out. Maybe both directions, shoulder rolls. From here, when you're ready, inhale, left arm to the sky, bend the left elbow. Take the right hand to the top of that elbow and gently guide it back. Feel the crown and the elbow lift high as you turn your gaze to the left. Take an inhale, lengthen up through the body here, and exhale, find a side bend to the right. Maybe even feel a little bowing out of that left side body, breathing into this. Inhale, come to a straight spine. Open this right arm out to the right side wall. Spin the thumb down towards the floor and towards the wall behind you. Bend this right elbow and swim your right hand up your back. And again here, we're trying not to clasp our hands, but instead either reaching our hands towards each other or tapping them. Feeling our elbows go wide as our hands reach towards each other. Feeling the crown lift tall. Nice deep breath in. And exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, back to center. And exhale, release your hands to your lap. Maybe some shoulder rolls here. From this space, let's make our way onto all fours. And maybe you put a blanket or a rolled up yoga mat underneath your knees if that feels more suitable. And then we're just gonna bob our shoulders slowly side to side. Hips approximately over knees, shoulders start approximately over wrists. And then finding your center, take an inhale and slowly peel the heels of the hands and palms off the floor. And exhale, lower them down. And inhale, slowly lift them up. And exhale, lowering them down. And one more time, inhale, lifting them up. Maybe as they're lifted up, you just slowly rock side to side with your shoulders. And then slowly lower your hands down to the floor. Let's take an inhale, arch the back, gaze lifts, seat lifts, belly sinks low. Exhale, round the back, belly button to the sky, the crown and the tailbone aim down. Inhale, arching, gaze lifts, fill your lungs. Exhale, round it out, chin towards your chest. And then finding a neutral spine, tuck your toes and reach back for downward facing dog pose. Breathing here. Maybe you pedal your legs to release out your knees if that feels lovely. Maybe your left knee crosses the midline of your body as you wag your bottom to the left, and then spin on your feet so the right knee crosses the midline and you wag your bottom to the right and back and forth in that fashion, feeling your side body stretch a bit. When you feel evened out and released out, let's take an inhale and reach back through the seat and feel the shoulder blades wrap around towards the armpits as you're trying to lift up through your wrists. And exhale, walk your feet towards your hands, as many steps as you'd like to get there. With your feet parallel and toes spread wide, take an inhale and lift your heart, spread your collarbones. Feel your ribs softly knit into your body as your crown lengthens out of your spine forward, and we're spreading the chest wide. This might be where you stay, or maybe you bow forward for Uttanasana, forward fold. Knees could be bent here if that feels better. You could shake your head no and nod yes. Feeling the shoulders and neck release. And then rooting down through your feet, inhale, come all the way to standing, reaching tall. Exhale, hands through heart center and open the arms to your sides, finding mountain pose, Tadasana. From here, bend your right knee, let your right heel lift, and then just rock your ankles side to side. Rock your knees side to side. Feel the stimulation on the ball of your foot, how it's transferring weight side to side. And then release that down. And then bend your left knee, let your left heel lift. And rock your knee, your heel side to side. Noticing how this feels. And then releasing the heel back down. And now bend your knees slightly and just try to circle your knees around your ankles. Maybe a couple times in one circular direction and then the other direction. Feeling the circles around the perimeter of your feet. When you've circled both directions evenly, let's stand up tall, find mountain pose. And now bend the left knee, let the left heel lift. Feel that your hip bones are level with each other, the right side compared to the left side. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Feel your ribs knit into your body. And then maybe this foot stays where it is, or maybe you draw the left knee up towards your chest, lifting the foot off the floor. Take an inhale here, and exhale, sweep this left leg behind you, bend your right knee, and set the ball of this left foot down to the floor as you sink down towards the floor like you're hovering that left knee off the floor. I'm going to transition a little bit so I'm a little more square in my screen. There we go. Okay, so from here, from this left knee hovering, let's take our hands to heart center and then slowly twist to the right. Feeling for that, lengthening the left knee down to the floor as the crown lifts towards the sky. Inhale, come to center. Spiral this left leg open out to the left side wall. Set the left heel down. So now we're in this Buddha squat position. Find an interlace of your hands and reach your arms up and over your head with your palms facing the sky. Nice deep breath in here. Exhale, lower your arms, pivot to your left, and find the ball of the right foot as this right knee hovers off the floor. Hands to heart center and twist to your left. Inhale to center facing this left side wall. And then spiral this right leg open. Sink down through the legs. Feel the inner thighs roll up towards the sky. Inhale, move towards straightening the legs. And exhale towards bending the knees out to the side walls. Inhale towards straightening the legs. And exhale, bending the knees out towards the side walls, inner thighs roll up. And then inhale, move towards straightening the legs. Here, pivot your feet to face forward so that we're in this more wide stance. And I'm gonna alter my screen so you can see this a little better. From here, take an inhale and reach your arms up and over your head. Only bend your elbows. I'm gonna sink down a little bit so you can see. Bend your elbows so that your hands clasp your opposite elbows. Lift up through your chest. And exhale, open your arms out wide. Bend your elbows and take your hands behind you to try to clasp towards your opposite elbows. Chest broad, lift up through the crown of your head. Inhale, reaching your arms up and over. Try to cross your arms in the opposite way as your elbows bend and clasp your elbows above your head. And exhale, open the arms wide, bend the elbows, and reach your arms behind you to clasp the opposite elbows. Take an inhale, lift through your crown here. Exhale, reach your torso forward. So your pubic bone is traveling back behind you, and the crown of the head is lengthening out in front of you. Inhale, open your arms out to the sides. Bend your elbows and clasp your elbows above your head. Ribs are knit into the body. Exhale, open the elbows wide, coming back behind you to clasp, bending the elbows. Take a nice deep breath in here. And exhale, keep your clasp of your arms if it's reasonable, and bow your torso towards the floor. Here, maybe you pendulum swing your upper body slowly side to side if that feels good. Rocking your hips side to side, going slow. And then from here, pressing down to your feet, inhale, come all the way to standing. At the top, reach to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. And then from here, pivoting your feet to face the right side. Rolling under the ball of the left foot, bending the left knee down towards the floor. Take an inhale here. Exhale, take your hands down to the floor or to blocks or books. And we're gonna pick up this front foot, lift our bottom high, and reach it to the back foot to find downward facing dog pose. From here, take an inhale to press. Exhale, walk or hop your feet towards your hands. I'm going to turn the other direction so we can see this other side more clearly. Take an inhale, lift your heart, spread your collarbones, and exhale to bow forward. Uttanasana, if it feels reasonable. Rooting down through your feet, inhale all the way to standing. Reach to the sky, maybe this time you climb up through your spine and find a little back bend at the top. And exhale, hands through heart center and find mountain pose, Tadasana. From here, bending your right knee, let your right heel lift. And then maybe this foot stays on the floor as you check that your hip bones feel level with each other. I'm going to try to keep the ribs knit in, the crown lifting high. Maybe this right knee comes up towards the chest, lifting the foot off the floor. And either way, exhale, we're going to step this right foot back behind us. Bend the left knee, find the ball of the right foot on the floor. And then slowly let this right knee move towards hovering off the floor. From here, hands maybe to heart center. Take an inhale and twist to the left. Exhale to center. Let this right knee open out to the right side wall. Find your squat. Feel those inner thighs roll up. Find an interlace of your hands. Move your palms out in front of you as you lengthen your arms and then up to the sky. Nice deep breath in, reach up through your hands. Exhale, pivot to the right. Find the ball of the left foot, hands find heart center. Left knee hovers off the floor, twist to the right. Exhale, finding center. Let the left knee open out to the left side wall, find your squat. Inner thighs roll up. Inhale, moving towards straightening your legs. Exhale, bending your knees. Inner thighs rolling up. Inhale, towards straightening your legs. Exhale, bending your knees. Pause here in your squat and see if maybe with hands to hips, you can sort of hula hoop your hips around in a circle and then go the other direction. From here, take an inhale, move towards straightening your legs, and then turn your feet to face forward. Inhale, arms up towards the sky, bend your elbows, hands come towards opposite elbows above your head. Exhale, open your elbows wide and take your arms behind you to clasp towards opposite elbows. Broaden the chest, lift through the crown. Try to feel that instead of sending your rib cage forward, that they stay into the body, the tailbone points down. One more time, inhale, arms to the sky, bend your elbows. Exhale, open the arms wide and bend the elbows behind you to clasp towards your opposite elbows. Take an inhale, lift through your crown here, broaden your chest. Exhale, send your torso forward like a full flat back. Reaching your pubic bone back, the crown of the head forward, feel the collarbone spread. Inhale, open the arms out to the sides. Take them over the head, bend the elbows above the head. Exhale, open the arms out to the sides, bend the elbows, take the arms behind you, crossing. Inhale, out in front, crossing above your head. Exhale, opening out, crossing behind you. Take an inhale, lengthen through the torso here, and exhale, bow forward. Maybe your arms stay where they are, maybe they release towards the floor. From this space, feel the crown of the head lengthening towards the floor as the pubic bone moves back and up towards the sky. And then again here, maybe you wag your bottom side to side as your torso pendulum swings side to side. From this space, pressing down through your feet, inhale, coming up to a straight spine, up to standing. And exhale, pivot your heels in towards the midline of your body, toes point out, bend your knees, sink into your squat. Take your hands to your thighs, thumbs forward, fingers point back. And then lean your chest forward so your shoulders ride up towards your ears. Trying to move towards lengthening your arms through this. Inhale, dip your right shoulder in towards the midline of your body and press through the heel of your right hand to try to feel some sensation of length through the right side of your back. And exhale to center. Inhale, dip your left shoulder in towards the midline of your body, pressing into the heel of the left hand. Trying to lengthen through this left side of the back, and exhale to center. Inhale, take the torso tall, pivot onto this right knee, moves into the midline of the body, let it hover off the floor, toes point onto the left side wall, and exhale, take your hands down to the floor, pick up your front foot, move it to the back foot, downward facing dog. Pedal that out if you'd like. And from here, softening your knees to the floor. And then let's make our way onto our bottoms. So on your bottom, reach your legs out in front of you. Lengthened out if it's reasonable. Maybe we sit on something to elevate our hips if that feels more reasonable. And then draw the right leg in towards the chest, stepping that foot to the floor. As you sit as tall as you can, sort of hugging your torso towards your thigh and your thigh towards your torso. Maybe your hands interlace on your right shin. And take an inhale and see if in any amount at all, or just energetically, we're gonna try to lift this left leg up off the floor, lengthening through the crown, and exhale, lower it down. And once again, inhale as your crown lifts high, your collarbone stays spread. See if you could lift this left leg off the floor, and then maybe travel it out to the left. And exhale, bring it back out in front of you and lower it down. And now take your right hand behind you like a kickstand, fingers point back, in such a way that your torso can stay lifting high. So we're not really leaning back into our back hand. It's just there for like a little kickstand support. And then reach your left arm high. Lift up through your chest. Maybe this left elbow crosses over to the outside of your right knee, or maybe you wrap your arm around to hug this right leg. Take an inhale, lift through your crown, and exhale slowly. Maybe you move your left leg forward to take your pelvis into your twist, or if it doesn't bother you, to keep the leg where it is, you might try that. And let your right shoulder roll towards the wall behind you. Let your gaze and your chin follow that right shoulder to reach back, lifting through the back of the head, breathing nice and full. Keeping everything else the same. Keep those collarbones spread. Just turn your chin and gaze over your left shoulder, lifting up through the back of your head. Inhale. And exhale, release your torso to center. Allow this right leg to lengthen out. Bend the left knee, stepping that left foot to the floor. Hugging the thigh in towards the torso and the torso in towards the thigh. Sitting as tall as you could stack your torso. Maybe your hands interlace on your left shin. And then from here, in any effort that feels reasonable, as you hug your thigh to your torso and your torso to your thigh, lift through your crown, keep your chest broad. Maybe this right leg could lift off the floor or trying, and then exhale to lower it down. And inhale, lifting through the crown, spreading the chest wide. Maybe this right leg lifts. Maybe it opens out to the right. Exhale, return it out in front of you and lower it down. Take your left hand behind you like a kickstand, torso staying stacked tall. Right arm reaching high, lift up through your chest. Either hooking your elbow to the outside of your left leg or wrapping your arm around. From here, take an inhale, lift through your crown. Exhale, let your chin and your left shoulder move towards the wall behind you. And breathe. Lengthening through the back of the head. Keeping these collarbones nice and spread and the back of the head lifting tall. Turn your gaze, your chin over your right shoulder, lifting through the back of the head. Jaws relaxed. Inhale, release your torso to center. Lengthen this left leg out. And then give some chugga-chugga walks forward, like you're walking, you're striding forward, alternating the dragging of your legs, and then some striding back. From there, let's bend the knees once you're sort of centered in your space. We're gonna bend the knees and take our hands behind us. Feet are planted to the floor, knees pointing up to the ceiling. And then rock side to side on your hands as you move your fingers in different configurations. It's like you're moving your hands along a clock face and rocking your shoulders side to side. Place weight into your hands alternately. Going as full through this spectrum, moving your hands in all the ways as you can. And then once you've gotten back to a reasonable position to place weight into your hands, so maybe fingers are pointing more out to the sides, maybe to the back corners, maybe directly behind you. We're gonna press through the hands and inhale and lift the bottom if that's reasonable, reaching the crown of the head to the wall behind you and the knees to the wall in front of you as the collarbones spread and the hips lift. And exhale, softening the bottom down. And then from here, slowly making your way onto your back. Once you're down, hug your knees into your chest. And then rock these knees in a circle in one direction and then the other. And opening your arms out to the sides. On your inhale, let your legs hover left as you gaze right. And exhale to center. Inhale, legs hover right as you gaze to the left. And exhale to center. Releasing out however feels good to you. If there's any last movements you'd like to find, feel free. And then finding Shavasana, lying flat on your back or a comfortable space. So options for Shavasana are to lie completely flat, to have a pillow underneath your knees, to stand your feet on the floor and have your knees maybe lean into each other. Or if you're nearby a wall, maybe you find Viparita Karani, legs up the wall pose, which sometimes feels quite luxurious. So we could bring our side body up against the wall, swing the torso back as the legs simultaneously move up the wall. And then we rest with our bottoms as close to the wall as feels comfortable for us. So in whatever resting place you've chosen for yourself, start to soften your toes and your feet, relaxing your legs and your hips, your belly and your spine, softening your chest and your shoulders, your arms and your hands, relaxing your neck and your jaw, the space between your eyes and the crown of your head. Nice deep inhale. Allowing this practice to soak up and settle in. Feeling here for how you can begin by letting go. Feeling here how your mat can absorb any tightness, any tension, any weight you've been carrying. And then you make room to notice your experience, to notice how you feel, to tap into that healing and feeling aspect of the heart center. This is from Jenny Lee. Because our well-being depends on our ability to give and receive love completely, it is time to release any and all beliefs that limit love. Receiving is an acquired skill, just as giving is. And we need to become unconditionally receptive to love in all its forms. If our intention is to know ourselves as love, then any relationship in which we act lovingly will be fulfilling because intention creates meaning. Remember that we do not have to earn love. Love is always within us and around us, ours from our first breath. As we enlarge and clarify our consciousness, love emerges in new ways and shines through the barriers erected by our personal histories. Anytime we are not aligned with love, we will notice tension in the mind, body, or heart. Muscular relaxation and mental surrender go hand in hand, and love is the greatest catalyst. As we still the restless mind through relaxation techniques and meditation, we create a receptive field within our beings to fully receive love. This improves our health, energy, mental clarity, and relationships. It diminishes pain, reactivity, fatigue, and fear. And so noticing here how you can allow yourself to fill with the light of your heart, feeling that light ride along your breath, allowing that light to linger in spaces that really could use that healing intention. You can float here, connected and open, at peace. Om Masato Masat Kamaya Tamaso Ma Joytir Kamaya Rityor Ma Anritam Kamaya Om Masato Masat Kamaya Tamaso Ma Joytir Kamaya Rityor Ma Anritam Kamaya Om Masato Masat Kamaya Tamaso Ma Joytir Kamaya Rityor Ma Anritam Kamaya Om Masato Masat Kamaya Tamaso Ma Joytir Kamaya Rityor Ma Anritam Kamaya. If you're joining to come back to this space, maybe initiating movement in your fingers and your toes. And then letting your rolling to either side in the fetal position. Letting your hands guide you up to a comfortable seat. And we'll end class with 3 ohms. Take this healing vibration into you and feel it reverberate outward. Nice deep inhale. Bring your hands to connect at your heart space. From the incredible string band, may the long-time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Thank you so much for being part of the energy of class today. Namaste. Om Shanti, peace. Thank you so much for joining today.